Hello, Adam. Okay, today I'm gonna show you the triads of the C major scale. Triads are 3-note chords. So you have major triads, and minor triads. The difference is a major triad has a major third. Okay, how do you know what is a major third? Okay, let's take, so basically you have 12 keys in the scale of C major, so you're gonna have 12 triads. Sorry. You have 7 keys, so you're gonna have 7 triads. So, C triad is C, E, G. And this is a major triad because a major triad basically you count half step 1, 2, 3, 4. Every note that next to another note is a half step, half tone between. So 1 half tone, 2 half tones, 3 half tones, 4 half tones. 4 half tones puts you at a major third. 3 half tones from C, 1, 2, 3, puts you at a minor third. So C major triad is C, E, which is the major third, and G, which is the fifth. So every triad is composed of the tonic of first or the 1 chord, the third or the 3 chord, and the fifth. Okay, so the third can be either major or minor. In the key of C major, all the triads, let me show you all the triads real quick. C triad, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, G minor, flat 7th. Okay, so all the triads of the key of C have to use the notes of the key of C. And because sometimes the major third of a chord is not available in the C major scale, you're having to use a minor third instead of a major third. So if we move to D, in the D triad in the scale of C major is a minor triad because you have from D you have 1, 2, 3 half tones. See? Most of the half tones are between black notes and white notes. In the key of C, there are 2 exceptions, between E and F and between B and C. But since they're next to each other with no other notes in between, there's only a half tone in between these. But between, for example, C and D, this is a whole tone because you have a half tone in between. And between D and E, this is a whole tone because you already have a half tone in between. Between E and F is the half tone. You have nothing else in between. B and C is the half tone. There's a half tone difference between them. Okay, so C major triad, E minor triad, because see, if you were to play the scale of D, D is the first, E is the second, F sharp is the third, G is the fourth, and A is the fifth. But you don't have F sharp in the key of C major, so you come down and you play F. So this is why the D triad is a minor triad in the key of C major. So We move to E. E is the third degree, basically, of the key of C major. C is the one, the first, also called the tonic. D is the second. E is the third. And it also has a minor triad. Because from this E, 1 half tone, 2 half tones, 3 half tones. If you had 4, it would have been a major triad. You have 1, 2, 3. So you have minor, minor, E minor. This is the triad of E minor. Then you move to F. F has a major triad. Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 half tones between the tonic and the third. And then the fifth is C. We move to G. G is also a major triad because B, which is the third, is a major third because it is from G, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 half tones up, apart from G, and then you have the fifth. So this is a major triad, G major triad. If we go to A is also a minor triad, A minor triad, which is A, C, and E. Because if you were to play the scale of A major, 1, 2, 3, the third is supposed to be C sharp, but you don't have C sharp in the scale of C major. So you play, instead of playing the major third of A, you play the minor third because it's what you have available in this scale. It's a minor triad. Okay, if you go to B, move up to B. B is also a minor, and it's a minor with a flatted fifth. Because if you were to play the scale of B, so actually at some point I'm gonna show you all the scales and you will be practicing the scales. I don't want to do it now because you know, I want to quickly move to interesting things, but scales are very important. They're extremely important. You have to know your scales. So we will come back to that a little bit later. So if you play the scale of B major, B is the first, C sharp is the second, E flat or D sharp, E flat or D sharp is the third. So it's a major third. But this note is not available in the scale of C major. So you play the minor third, which is D. So you have the tonic or the first, which is B, and you have the minor third, which is D, and then F is a flatted fifth because in the scale of B major you have 2, 3, 4, 5. This is supposed to be the 5 of this triad, of the B triad, but F sharp is not available in the scale of C major. You only have white notes in the scale of C major. So the fifth is going to be an F instead of an F sharp. It's F. So the fifth is flatted. It's one tone below what it's supposed to be, what it could have been. Same way, the third is flatted. So you play a minor third. You come down one half tone from the third, from the major third. So you have the tonic, you have a minor third, and you have a flatted fifth. Flatted fifth We don't call it minor fifth, we call it flatted fifth. The third is a flatted third or a minor third. Okay. So go ahead and practice, play all these. Okay, so one important thing, in all the scales, the major scales, the triads have the same qualities. The one triad, if you're in the key of C major, the one is always a major triad. The two, which in this case is a D, is always a minor triad, D minor. The three is always a minor triad, E minor. The four, which in this case is an F triad, is always a major triad. The five, which is G, is always, in this case, a G, is always a major triad. The six, which in this case is A, is always a minor triad. And the seven, which is a B, in this case, in the scale of C major, is always a minor third, flatted fifth triad. So just know this. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor with a flatted fifth. Minor with a flatted fifth, minor, major, major, minor, minor, major. And major or minor is determined by whether you have a major third or a minor third. The minor third is 3 half tones, 1, 2, 3, above the tonic or the 1. So if you want to play a C triad, your tonic is going to be C. Your one note is going to be C. So if you want to play a major triad, you have to move 4 half tones above the tonic. Or if you want to play a minor, you have to move 3 half tones above the tonic. So 3 half tones above C, 1, 2, 3. If you have the fifth, you have a minor triad. But this is not a triad in the key of C major, because C major does not have a E flat, or it does not have a D sharp in it. So a C triad in C major scale is a major C major triad with a major third. Minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor with a flatted 5. Okay, so play these in arpeggios. Arpeggios mean you separate the notes. And call out the triads. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B minor flatted 5, flatted 5th if you like. Then you can come down or go the other way. F major, E minor, D minor, C major. And then after you arpeggiate, play it in blocks. And call out the chords. F major, G major, A minor, B minor flat 5, C major. B minor flat 5, A minor, G major, F major, E minor, D minor, C minor. And do it with both hands, because usually you play chords with the right hand and the left hand. You might have to play with the left hand or with the right hand. So you have to know how to play with both hands. minor, C major. All right, so in the next lesson, I'm gonna show you how to invert these triads. Play them in a different way. Okay, practice well. Practice these for about at least an hour every day for 5 days at least. At the very least 5 days. So at least 5 hours. And then I'll show you inversions, and I'll show you how to, eventually, these are basic chords, but eventually you have to, you're gonna be able to use these chords in a more musical way, more aesthetic way. For example, let me show you something. So you can use basically the basic chords that you use to harmonize or to put chords on the melodies are the 1, the 4, and the 5. In this case, I only use the 1 and the 5, but you can also play it another way. Let me show you. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there. Just make sure you practice patiently, and we'll go from there. All right, Adam. Courage. All right.